Let's see what the little amp module sounds like with the Fisher. Good morning, YouTube. Here with you on a Thursday morning. It is about 10:30 in the morning. I've been up since I woke up at 6 this morning. I went to bed early last night because of not sleeping very good the night before, and so I got up, like I said. I woke up around 6, went to the bathroom. I back to bed for a minute or two. You know, after you get out on a cold floor and go to the bathroom or whatever, and you get a little bit, well, you're awake. And yeah, it was nice and warm in the bed, and I went back and got warm back up, but it was, you know, no sense in going back to sleep. So I went in and got up, but I have been watching YouTube videos and things like that, and I thought, well, after I took my pills, had my breakfast and stuff like that, I thought I'd come in here and maybe do a little demo on the Fisher using the 50 amp per channel module that I demoed yesterday with my phone. And I just wanted to see if, you know, all else fails with the amplifier for the Fisher, that I can't just maybe use this. I mean, it would get Gary by for sure, and like I said, it actually has better sound than the original, so can't complain about that. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing. So if all, yeah, like I say, if I do test that and it doesn't work, I did find out one other thing, which you'll see coming up, because I was doing a little pre-testing on this before I even turned the camera on, and I think the selector switch is dirty for one thing, and like I said, that's part of it. And anywho, that's coming up, so let's go check that out real quick and see what's going on. Alright, as I said in the intro, gonna test this Fisher out here and see what's going on with it. It is on right now. It is tuned into a station, and the amplifier is hooked up. Let's see if we can see that back here. Back here, right there, it's all hooked up, and everything should be ready to go. Let's try it and see.
Military problem. So do you have you know, programs with State Department and other countries where, you know,
that's the talk station
to create jobs and
let's see if we can find a music station here.
Talk about the places where you...
Alright, well, I haven't got a antenna hooked up to this at all, so that might be part of the problem, but it is picking up the powerful stations, and it does seem to be working. It sounds good. I'm really happy with that. One thing I did notice on this, and it's going to be really a bummer to find out if that was the problem, but let me show you something down here. This control right here is dirty. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean here. Let me get a good station here so I can demonstrate a little bit better.
Africa, though, is you know, you see
Right.
The American troops working with the local forces, either providing help with surveillance or training. You know, how do you go?
Now, right now it's on both channels, but if I get it just a little off, I can make one of them go off.
Equipment and so forth to places like Somalia where
You hear
what
that?
we're seeing is a lot of airstrikes to help the Somali government. I mean, I would say at least once a week we get a press release from the American military about.
So that's just one now. So
in Somalia.
We've been getting lots and lots of responses.
I'm just wondering if maybe that's part of our little distortion problem.
The global war on terror, whether that's
anyway, that was just something I found out when I was doing this. But again, like I said, this seems to be working very well.
Largely have had the effect of spreading.
Let's try a little AM just to do something different. I don't think I'll pick up anything at all until I get over here to local, which should be coming up. I'm not getting anything. Oh, there it is. That seems to work all right. Go back to FM. Now I noticed that when I cranked that up, I was watching the meter. I'm gonna put you over here and let you watch this meter, and just see what you can see. Keep your eye on that blue part. All right, let me. Alright, that's that's enough of that. This amplifier module works in a pretty wide range of voltage. Let me turn it down. The let's see, the bottom I think is around, I think they said 10 volts, but for best results I think 12 volts is what they suggest. Oh, there goes the police or somebody. Anyway, it goes all the way up to, I think, 24 volts, maybe even higher, 26 volts. But it supposedly depends on your ohmage on your speakers, and they recommend. I'll flash the little thing up here so you can read it on what they recommend for this voltage input to this for different ohm speakers. So that's kind of interesting. But it does draw some power when you crank it up. So that's pretty good. I like that. That's nice. Anywho, that's a demo of this. Like I said, this is, you know, if nothing else, we know this will work. And that's what I was trying to find out. And I wish I had the record changer on here so we could hear a record played through that, but it's got good sound to it, so I'm really happy with it. And definitely need to clean these controls on the front here because like I said, especially this one, it's just got a lot of you know, what do you call it in there, and I haven't even cleaned that at all, so I need to do that. So Alright, I'm gonna say goodbye for that on that, and we're gonna also show you some other stuff. I may be, and this is a big maybe, but I may be editing this in a different program. I downloaded HitFilm Express. So far I haven't been able to get it run. I think it's supposed to have at least, or the lowest minimum thing is Windows 8 64-bit, and I have Windows 7 64-bit, and I thought maybe it would support it, but it didn't run. It said there was a problem, so I'll have to find out what that is, and if nothing else, I'll go back to the other version of it, the older version. This is the newest version out, 12, and so I think Windows 7 is supported on the older version. So anywho, I'm going to play around with that a little bit. I got to looking at it, and it's not a bad little editor if you can learn the. I think it's a little bit harder to learn, but you know, I feel I've you know, pretty much gone as far as I can go with VideoPad. Not that I don't like it. I love it. It works great, but I just something needed to kind of a challenge, I guess, is what I was going for. So, all right, let me get off and show you what I got in the mail. And first off is this. These, oops, couldn't figure out what that was. It's cold. These are banana plugs. Bob, you know, y'all know Bob. He recommended these. He said he uses these. And I have yet to figure out exactly how they work. I will get, maybe Bob will tell us how they work. But it doesn't look to me like those go into that insulator very easily. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll just figure it out. But also, I got the I'm not even going to show it because it's just a white USB to mini USB cord for the dash cam. It came in today, or yesterday, I'm sorry. And it works great. It works beautiful. I'm going to flash up some video that I took with this yesterday while I took Kylie to work. Actually picked her up from school, then took her to work, but some action going on US 31 headed towards Columbus, and I'll show you that, and maybe a couple other clips, but it does work just brilliantly. Oh geez, you on the camera up there, you can see all this traffic. The interstate is closed down due to a wreck this morning. Actually wreck and fire between Seymour and Columbus. So this is what you get on 31 when that happens. A line of traffic. Mostly trucks. I had the camera full. I let it run, and on the way back from Columbus, it was got the message that the card was full. So, and that would have been about right. So it did fill up the card. And so I think I'm pretty much assured now that this is going to work, and I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and find a bigger card for it. Either I get a 16 or a 32, and I don't know which one I'm going to get yet, but one of the two is what I'm going to get. 16 would double my space that I have now, and of course 32 would make it 4 times as big, so I don't know. We'll see what the prices are and things like that, but I think that's about it for me, so let's go back to the other camera. Alright, now you've seen the big demo of the Fisher, and it works. Worked good. Really happy with it, and like I said, I showed these banana plugs too while I was doing that, and I still haven't figured those out. I'll have to ask Bob about those because, like I said, he uses them. But that's going to do me for this video. And again, I don't know. I think I may have mentioned that I may use HitFilm Express to edit this one, just to see if I can get it to work and how well it works and things like that. It is a free editor. It's not one that's real easy to use. I've heard. From what the tutorials I've watched on it, it doesn't look any more difficult than VideoPad, and VideoPad was easy. So you know, we'll give that a look. I'm trying to unplug this after. Don't want to leave it sit there plugged in. But anyway, that's what we're doing. So you guys have a pleasant day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.